A different kind of stain brush. Every day we get bombarded with new brushes, new fads, new equipment for the staining, sealing, painting world. And we always have to ask ourselves, is it really different? Today, I've got a product here that I want to open up on screen, and we're going to see if it actually really is something different. So, my name's Caleb Roth, founder of Stain and Seal Experts, Nashville's staining contractor, based right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And we use brushes for a living. So, I figured we'd have a look at the new Fence Armor deck brush. We get a lot of brushes in this similar size made for decking, and they're pretty expensive. And so if they're not a good quality, then generally it just doesn't make sense for a contractor to use this. For a homeowner to do a one-time job, it kind of makes sense to get a good quality brush like this. But if you're a contractor and you go through a lot of brushes, you really need something that's going to hold up if you're going to spend the money on it. So first off, we'll notice the box. It's different. It's got a big number 7 on it. It must be a 7-inch brush, and it's called the 7-inch fence and deck brush. So it comes in a nice box wrapped in plastic. Let's open it up. Can't leave home without your pocket knife. So it's pretty good plastic wrap. It's actually pretty thick. So here's the box. Let's open it up. Let's see if, yep, come on. I was hoping it would slide right open. So it's a nice tight fit, which is good. It says for oil and water-based paints, stains, and sealers. It's really tight in there, actually. So there we go. So when we open it up, I can smell it. So I smell the brush. So I got a thank you and a welcome letter here from Fence Armor. So if you don't know, Fence Armor makes a great product. They were made famous by these right here, these fence post guards. They also make post caps. They sell Expert Stain and Seal, which also happens to be a sponsor of this show today. So thank you, Expert. But anyways, let's see what we've got in this brush. So we've got a comb. I don't personally use these combs very often, but I guess they are handy if you've got a dried coating or something like that in your brush. So here it is. So we've got a nice big block brush. It's got a screw-in handle. And what I'm noticing is the bristles are a little bit darker than what I'm used to seeing. So I like that. This one here says right on the cover that this is a synthetic and natural bristle brush. So it's 60% synthetic and 40% natural. So I like natural brushes. Natural brushes hold the most amount of oil-based stain, where synthetic brushes tend to work best for water-based coatings. So anyways, back to the box. We got a nice handle here. Everything seems to be actually put together nicely. Got an O-ring on the handle. It says Fence Armor on it right there. And back to the brush. And then we've got the clip that clips the handle onto the side of your bucket if you need that. So go ahead and open this and we'll get this brush put together. So far, it really doesn't look really much different than any other brush. We've got a big handle for the top. But if I take a look in the box more, we've got this piece. So this is real similar to the Deck Boss brush in the sense that it comes with this piece, but I think I've found the differentiating factor here. So most brushes are either like this, where you can screw the handle on straight, or they're like this, so you can do the deck floor with it. So giving you where you put your brush handle and they're at an angle, so you can do flats with it. This one's different because it does both. So that's pretty cool. So this brush looks to me like it would be a good brush for back brushing logs, log home, something like that. Back brushing big deck floors if you're doing something like that. It would work as well for back brushing a fence if you put it on a long straight stick, or even doing the floors of a deck on a long straight stick. This part right here though, let's see if all the holes line up. It comes with 4 screws and comes with this thing to give you that 45-degree angle, or whatever that angle actually is, which is actually quite cool that it's a dual purpose brush. And these screws are a little bit different too. They've got a texture to the top. So it's just a Phillips screw head. I'm going to put it on with a little hand screwdriver. See how long it takes me. Do them across from one another. Yeah, this is pretty cool. almost done. 4 screws. So what did that take me? Maybe 25 seconds, 20 seconds, something like that. So handle goes on quick. Now we have a brush for doing the floor of a deck. And so, of course, this little handle here doesn't fit it. Yeah, it does. Got it. There we go. So probably not very practical to use this short of a handle for doing floors of a deck. But you would put a long stick in there and that would get it to where you could stand up and you could do floors of a deck, which I really like. That's a great way to apply stain. It doesn't leave, it doesn't throw stuff up in the air like a roller does. And brushing really does a good job of, pushing the product into the floor of the deck, which is a good thing. Another thing I'm noticing is there's 3 screws on the front of each side holding these bristles on, which normally you only see 2 screws or 2 brads, which I like. And I kind of like the fact that it's a screw and not a brad, because I feel like I could repair this brush if something broke, or I could take it apart and modify it if I wanted to, like if I wanted to add a spray or attachment or something to it. So pretty cool brush. It's wide enough to do more than just one deck board, and it will probably go into the cracks really well. So I can't wait to get this out and try it very soon. If you want to get one of these brushes, I'll put a link below where you can pick one up for yourself. I think they're pretty competitively priced to every other brush that's similar, except this one has a straight handle and an angle handle. So that's the Fence Armor 7-inch Pro Fence and Deck Brush. So hope you enjoyed the review, or the unboxing that is, and we will soon do a deck with it.